Hello shooters, welcome to another episode of Man vs. Handgun. Today's installment is about the Ruger LCR 9mm Revolver in 9mm.
Man vs. Gun.
Okay folks, Ruger LCR 9mm. The weight, let's check the weight on this thing. It is very light, I can tell you that right off the bat. This thing weighs exactly, empty, it weighs 17 ounces. I mean, come on, a really nice lightweight gun. The widest point is the cylinder here, and it is 1.285. So we got a nice lightweight, we got a thin gun. So it gets a 5 for weight, it gets a 4 for width. It gets a 2 for service handgun because it's a little bit too small for service handgun. It gets a 5 for a concealed carry gun. It also gets a 5 for a pocket gun because it is so lightweight and it's still pretty dang thin too. The receiver is made out of plastic. It's got a good design receiver for a carry pistol, a carry revolver. I gave that a 4. This gets a 4 for design. The back strap here gets a 4 for design. And you can get different back straps for these, different grips, but so I gave it a few points for there. And same thing with the side panels and stuff. The trigger pull on this thing is about 8.5 pounds, and it's pretty dang smooth. It's just like the it's just like the Ruger LCR 357 that I have. Really good double action pull on the trigger, nice and smooth, not super heavy. Good trigger pull for the LCR. Okay, the chambers are chamfered for the LCR. That makes reloading easier. That's a great thing. It gets a 5 for there. The ejection rod is nice and smooth. It doesn't bind when you operate it here. With the 9mm, I think it is really important to point this out. With the ejector rod's exact same length, whether you get the 357, the 38, or the 9mm. But here's where it really comes into play here. Right here I have a 357 Magnum case, and I have a 38 case, and I have a 9mm case. This is, when you push the ejector, this is how far the 357 mag brass will come out of the cylinder, and you still got this much stuck in the cylinder. With the 38 special, you still have this much stuck in the cylinder. With the 9mm, you don't got nothing left in the cylinder. So when you eject this bad boy, they come out. Another great point is these things, you have to load this with these moon clips. And yeah, this is empties, and they're kind of hard to get in. It's a lot easier to load live rounds. But let's say they do get stuck and they don't pop out. You grab this whole thing to pull them out. Instead of with this, you're grabbing individual shells that happen to be stuck in there. So with the 9mm version, you're your odds of getting clear of all 5 rounds are much better than with the 38 or the 357. So I really like that about the 9mm version. I really like that about the 9mm. The design of the ejection rod is good. Allows full ejection with the 9mm. Yes, it does. And the ease of using is a 5 also. The cylinder catch is in a good location. I wish it was in a little bit better location. I have to actually move my hand. I can't operate it with my hand in the firing position. I have to move my hand to get mechanical advantage, to get my thumb going there. So I don't know why they don't have something right there. I don't know. Maybe there's a design reason. I just wish it was a bit better location. The safety is right here. It's this 8.5 pound double action trigger pull. It's in a great location like the safety on a Glock or Smith & Wesson M&P, and it's mirror image because it's the same no matter whether you're shooting this thing right hand or left hand. Okay, the rear sight, it's molded into the gun here, molded into the plastic, and here's the aluminum here. So it's I gave it a 3, the rear sight, and because it's just okay. It's a little bit too shallow for my likes. The front sight's a little better. You can change it out. That's why I gave it a 4 instead of, I give the rear side a 3, give the front side a 4, because you can change the front side out. I just wish the rear side was a little bit better than it actually is. You can't put a light or a laser on this thing. It is the way it is, and it is not optics compatible. So let's go out and shoot this thing and see how I like it compared to the LCR 357. This little LCR is not an unpleasant gun to shoot. There's nothing like shooting the 357 Magnum. That thing is punishing. This is not that bad. Right here I'm shooting practice ammo, so it's not quite as stiff as the carry ammo that I put through it, but it's not bad at all to shoot. I didn't dislike it at all, unlike the 350. Here I'm shooting carry loads. 127 grain plus P plus is what I'm putting through it right there. And I really like when it ejects, it just ejects the whole kit and caboodle right there. All 5 just drop right out. I never once had one hang up. Here's carry loads again. A little bit more to hang on to, but it's not punishing like the 357 was. I got to keep saying that over and over. I hated shooting the 357 Magnum in this little LCR, but I didn't hate shooting the stiff 9mm loads in this little thing. Yeah, it wasn't as fun as shooting 9mm out of a semi-automatic, but it wasn't punishing. It wasn't. I didn't dislike it. I didn't think, oh crap, I got to shoot 5 more of these. That thought never occurred to me. Trigger pull is really nice and smooth on all the LCRs that I've tried. Rigger did a really good job. Those moon clips load so easy. I really like moon clips compared to speed loaders. I think this is a great little handgun, particularly since it's in 9mm. You know, a buddy of mine, a subscriber of mine, let me borrow this, a local subscriber. I'm really grateful to him. He wanted his name to be anonymous, and that's okay. But I really like this little revolver. If I was going to carry a revolver, I think I would carry this one, because I really like the fact that it's a 9mm. I like the moon clips versus speed loaders of conventional type revolvers. I think there's a lot of benefits to that. And my main carry ammunition is 9mm, so this would fit the bill very easily. Anyhow, I like this little handgun. Appreciate all the shares, likes, and subscribes. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below. If you have an experience with a 9mm revolver, post them down below too. I think this should be really given some strong consideration. And as always, ensure that your training and your practice is preparing you for the real world, your real world, and not for the fantasy land of the shooting range. And have a nice day.